I want to talk to you here. I don't want to shout you. I want to talk to you because some of you should have been moved a long time ago. I know you like the ATL, Hot Atlanta. I know it. And I know it's inconvenient. I know you don't want to leave. I know. But God told you that your season here was up. He was in your watchtower. But here's the problem, is that what God says to us, we don't always like to receive. And let me tell you, God doesn't always tell you what you want to hear. Discernment says, I have to make sure it's God and not grandmama. Single sisters, how many of you should have been married a long time ago, but you brought Tony to the house, and your auntie said that when he walked in the room, her stomach started hurting, and she said it was the Holy Ghost. And you left Tony right there and never seen him again. How many of you are moving based on what other people think you ought to do? Here's what I want you to pray every day. God, what would you have me to do? Write these questions down. God, what would you have me to do with my life? Then when you ask that question, God, how do you want me to do it? God, I hear what you want me to do, but how do I walk this out? Here's another question. God, when do you want me to do it? Because sometimes, let me tell everybody in here who's caught up with if. See, the question is not always if it's going to happen. But I need to get also the timeline from God. God, when do I step out and step into this? Y'all hear me good today? I want you to hear my heart today. I do this and I want you to know, God, who do I take with me? Because the wrong passenger in your car, messing with your ear, messing with the steering wheel, playing with the radio, telling you a car coming, telling you to look both ways, getting on your nerve, they will distract you. And you miss the exit that you need. Now, a lot of you in this room done missed a lot of exits because you got some distractions playing the part of God. I told this story at our Bible study 2 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, we had a staff member to call, and she wanted a meeting. She wanted a meeting with me and HR. She needed a meeting. And the cabinet was a part of that. Ron Clemens, Michael Woods was there. Christina Wills' cabinet was there with our HR director. This staff member said these words. She started the conversation off by saying this. She said, I've been cheating on my purpose. She said, I've been cheating on my purpose. She said, I've been cheating on what I know the Lord told me to do. She said, the Lord has blessed me to be at House of Hope, but the Lord has not called me to work in this department. God has called me to produce and write. And she said, I'm not doing it here. And she said, I heard the Lord a long time ago, but now I'm stepping up and heeding what he said. She said to us, she said, I'm scared. She said, I have a salary, I have benefits. My husband is good, he's working, but I'm about to walk away from my livelihood. And I'm trying not to break down, but she said, but I heard God. I could stay here, it's comfortable here, but she said these words, God told me it's time to go. She said, I'm scared, y'all. When she said that, Deacon Ron Clemens said, well, if God said it, he's going to provide for you. He began to minister to her and say, God's going to take care of you. And y'all, in the same breath, she gets a text message on her phone. If I'm lying, God will mute my voice. I'll never manipulate you with words and stories that are fables. I'm telling you, in this office, there was a text message from a production company who she worked with 2 years ago, who offered her a contract. Listen to what God says. In the same breath of you saying you are afraid, It's the same time God will show up and let you know that if you heard my voice, I'm going to take care of you. Can I tell somebody who's up against a big decision in this room and you know you heard God, don't you be afraid to step out of the boat, because if God told you to do it, God is going to provide.